Good afternoon. It's not evening quite yet. Good afternoon, everyone. It's Wednesday, so it's Woke Wednesday. So I'm actually going to attack two things at once right now. So first of all, gratitude prompt for today. And I'm going to go off of what the schedule was, but the gratitude prompt for today is think of a veteran that you're grateful for. So that's going to be my gratitude for a prompt for today. Now, I'm also jumping in and going to do my Woke Wednesday because I know it's off schedule. I know I usually do it later, but something came up. So I was like, okay, I'll just do it now. Whatever, it's all good. So what I want to talk about today is strengths versus weaknesses. All right, we all have strengths, we all have weaknesses, but it's very normal to kind of operate with the mindset of, okay, we have to remediate our weaknesses, right? And so if you think about it, when we were in school, ever since we were in school, like elementary school, if you were maybe not such a good math student, they were like, okay, we have to get you a tutor or we have to get you help in math. They didn't say, but oh my God, you're an amazing science student. So let's just push you more in that direction. Let's have you do more science. Instead, it's more like, hi, Julian. Instead, it's more like, hey, let's get you help with the math. So building on those strengths. Now, that's not a bad idea, right? That's extremely important. In my classes at work, when I'm talking to people about how to interview, I do talk to them about when you're answering that god-awful question in an interview, what's your greatest weakness? How it's important to, first of all, be aware of your weakness, okay? So that's key. That is the first and most important thing about your weaknesses is you have to know what your weaknesses are. I look at it kind of like an addict. An addict cannot fix their problem. They cannot overcome their addiction unless they understand and are willing to acknowledge that they have an addiction, right? So we have to understand what our weaknesses are, and then we can move forward from that to then learn how to build on those weaknesses, improve upon them. They may never be strengths, right? But we can at least improve upon them so that they're better. Now, strengths on the other hand, hi Jennifer, strengths on the other hand, we tend to want to stay in our strengths. We're like, oh my gosh, this is what I'm so good at, this is what I'll do. But staying in our strengths can also wind us up right on that conveyor belt of life where we just step on every day and go on a ride for the day, go to work, go do all this stuff. And we don't, we're not taking a chance. We're not taking any risk. We're not, it's not something that tends to be exciting for us after a while if we just stay in our strengths. Now, I did a test for work where they put us all through this test a while back called StrengthsFinder, and my number one strength is empathy. So you may know if you've ever talked to me about stuff that's going on with you or whatever, you've probably understood that. You probably can see that because that's a big thing for me. I operate in that every day. Sometimes though, it gets me sucked in to where then I'm not focusing on the things that I want to be focusing on. I'm not changing the things that I want to change. So strengths versus weaknesses is a big battle that we fight all the time, right? It's not just one of those stupid, annoying questions in an interview. These are things that we have to deal with all the time. So yes, it's important to operate on your strengths. One of my strengths is public speaking. Sometimes it doesn't come across that way, but I'm okay with not being perfect. And so I love doing that. That's a passion. And so it's something I want to stay doing, but at the same time, even my job where I am doing public speaking sometimes gets mundane because I'm talking about the same things all the time. So we have to change those things up so that our strengths stay exciting to us and so that we don't kind of lose our love for that. My daughter is a basketball player and, she has gone through ebbs and flows of basketball where sometimes she's just like, it's my favorite thing ever. And I mean, basketball all the time. She comes home from practice. She goes in the backyard. She's continuing to practice, whatever. And then she has the times where she's just like, yeah, not feeling it right now, right? So on the other hand, the weakness is we want to make sure that we are not so afraid of acknowledging that we have a weakness. We want to make sure that we're not so afraid that, we don't work on those weaknesses because you never know what freedom could be just on the other side of that weakness. I think that we were put here with the mind that we are supposed to be constantly striving to do better, to be better. And if we just stay in our strength all the time, we may not necessarily be doing that. So with our weaknesses, we have to look at that and we have to be willing to take that step over the line, to say, yes, this is a weakness and it's something that I wish wasn't a weakness. So let me work on it. Let me try to fix that. Let me learn more about it even, right? Because like I said, freedom could be on the other side of that. So that's actually all I have for today. It's not super planned. I did want to give a few things actually about, with it being Veterans Day, I was doing a little bit of research yesterday. I thought about doing my Woke Wednesday today on just serving others. Hi, Anthony. Hey, are you in town yet? You're supposed to be coming to town. So I was doing a little bit of research and I saw that 0.5% of people serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. And I was like, that's crazy. Just 0.5%. Now, there are plenty of people out there, thought leaders and inspirational leaders and the people that we hear and we get excited about that have said things about service to others. So, I think one that comes up a lot of times right around this time is JFK's, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Martin Luther King has a quote about it, but service to others. So service to others is a great way, and just adding this onto the strengths and weaknesses, service to others is a great way to help yourself feel better. It often pulls people out of like a funk. I don't want to call it depression, but out of a funk if they're in one. It helps you to network and meet new people, and you never know what other new people can do for you, right? And so there's so many benefits of service to others, including the military. So just on today, I just want to remind you guys, gratitude prompt of today is, hey, thank a veteran and think of a veteran that you're grateful for in your life. I can't imagine that any of us don't have a veteran in our life somewhere. So until next week, bye guys. Dream big, live bigger. Bye.